said, instead, success is something you attract by the person you become. So let me give you a for instance. So I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was complaining about his wife going, oh, she doesn't do this, and I can't believe what she does. She drives me crazy. I'm like, dude, you got to stop. This woman is fantastic, and you're a boob. You're lucky she even married you. And that was the truth. And I said, let me tell you something that I did. Let me explain to you. So everybody loves Christmas. I love Thanksgiving. Why? Food, family, and gratitude. What could be more awesome than that? One year, I'm writing out all my Thanksgiving cards. I don't send Christmas cards. I send Thanksgiving cards to the people in my life that matter the most. And I wrote out all my Thanksgiving cards, and I only had one left to do. And the one that I had left to do was the one for my wife. And at the time, earlier that day, we had an epic fight, right? And I wasn't feeling very thankful in the moment. So I was struggling with this card a bit, right? So then I had to back up and say, okay, stop. What do I really love and appreciate? And, you know, why did I marry her? And how does she make me feel? And I wrote out this beautiful card. And I saved it because Thanksgiving wasn't for a few days. But the rest of our day went amazingly well. And that night I remember thinking, what if I could do that every day? So I took an empty journal, and at the end of every day, I just wrote down one thing that I loved and appreciated about my wife that day. And it could be something simple, like the scrumptious meal that she prepared, or the loving care she took of our dogs, or overhearing giving support to a friend, or even just walking in the kitchen and seeing her and how she struck me in the moment. I just wrote it down secretly. She didn't know I was doing it. And I did it for an entire year. I filled the journal up, cover to cover. Wow. And at the end of the year, it was Thanksgiving again. I put it a big bow on it, and I gave it to her as a gift. And she started to read it, and she cried and said it was the best gift she ever got, which was saying something, because 4 months earlier was her birthday, and I gave her a BMW. Which struck me as like, wow, I could have really saved a lot of money there. So why don't you just for 30 days, okay? Just for 30 days, write down one thing that you really love and appreciate about your wife. And just do it in secret. Don't tell her you're doing it. So he agreed to do it, and it literally 2 weeks into it, he calls me and he's like, dude, you won't believe how much she's changed. I told you he was a boob, right? He said, we've never been closer, we've never been more intimate, we've had the most amazing conversations. I've never been more in love with her than I am right now. You see, when you change how you look at a situation, the situation changes, right? And so this is what I encourage you to do. Whatever it is that you're struggling with that is difficult for you, I want you to think, how can you see what's positive about that? And just track it for a little while and see what happens to show up. This is my beautiful bride there.